Hey guys, so today I just want to do a quick rundown through all the Call of Duty games. Mainly just recommending what the games would be recommended for, if anything, because some games I'm going to skip if they just didn't execute very well. This is coming from an OG COD fan, and this is coming from just sticking to the older Call of Duty games. So if you're mainly into the newer Call of Duty games, then this is probably not for you. But if you're into most of the older ones and you're into both or mostly the older ones, then this is definitely going to be for you. And hopefully I can help save you some money and save you some time on what to buy. I've played pretty much all of them and watched gameplay of all of them. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. But I'm going to try to keep it quick and cut and dry and just simple. Call of Duty is not that complicated of a game. It got big because of how simple it was, and they had a formula, and they just have not stuck to it. So let's go ahead and run through these games. The older Call of Duty games, so Call of Duty Finest Hour, Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1, Call of Duty 3, and then they did handheld version, which I'm not going to cover. All those old games, totally fun to play, especially on newer hardware, as it's probably going to upscale the game. I think they had online for Call of Duty 2 and 3. Probably not going to find servers for those. I don't even know if they're up and running. Maybe on PC or something, maybe you might be able to find a server. I highly doubt it. Call of Duty 4. Just go ahead and get the Modern Warfare remaster. They already remastered this game, so there's no point in getting the older one. The remaster is amazing. However, the multiplayer, they did add a few things. They added some good guns that are from that era. They didn't add anything crazy. They added the ability to change like some camo patterns, some extra camos, just some smaller cosmetics that's completely up to you. They added like a weapon sticker. They added some medals that you get when you get a kill, which is kind of rewarding. That's about it. So I would totally recommend the remaster. Totally safe to get that. It's not, they didn't ruin it, I promise. Moving on to World at War. Still active today, would highly recommend. Unfortunately, they only remastered a part of it in Vanguard, which was in the multiplayer. They did a few maps. That would be my only reason for playing Vanguard. Modern Warfare 2 is still active, though a lot of the lobbies are modded, unfortunately. Black Ops, you can still find matches in, although the player base is dwindling, so it's a little bit of a challenge. Modern Warfare 3 I've actually been able to play online with still in 2025, so hopefully 2026 they'll hold up, unless the new Modern Warfare is going to go back to the old one, which I highly doubt it. Black Ops 2, I would only recommend Black Ops 2 for zombies. Multiplayer is modded. Campaign was not very good in my opinion. It was futuristic. It was not. It didn't really, I mean, it still kind of felt like Black Ops, because Black Ops being the tech that the military didn't even quite use, but it's too futuristic for me. I wouldn't recommend the campaign. That's where they started to veer off from feeling like OG COD. Would recommend Black Ops for the PSP or PS Vita, whatever, but highly doubt anyone's watching this for that. Call of Duty Ghosts campaign, 10 out of 10. Go ahead and play it. Multiplayer's down. And then they did not have zombies, but they had a similar game mode with aliens. Would not recommend if you're looking to shoot aliens. Just, there's other titles out there than Call of Duty for that. Advanced Warfare, would not recommend. That's all I'm going to say. It's literally just futuristic. It's not COD. Black Ops 3 would recommend for the Zombies DLC, which they did fairly decent with, although some of the remasters, they included newer weapons for the most part, and the gumballs, so they did add a couple things. to keep it the same as the newer Black Ops with the gunballs and things like that. But I would still recommend for the zombies. They still did a decent job with remastering Kino and things like that. Infinite Warfare, I'd recommend for the zombies. It's different. They did it in like theme parks, and they just had a whole new system for the currency and all sorts of stuff. And they have all sorts of little fun challenges you can play, and it's a more fun version of zombies. It's not Nazi zombies. It's more. I don't really have any other way to describe it, but I personally would recommend it if that sounds fun to you. But if you're just specifically into the more like raw horror Nazi zombies, I would not recommend it. You can always go ahead and watch gameplay on that as well. COD World War II is exactly what it says it is. It's the older, it's just a newer version of the old COD games brought back to life. Campaign, 10 out of 10. Multiplayer, 10 out of 10. Zombies is different. It's a little bit more challenging. There's more objectives. There's just a little bit more in-depth going on with it. There's a lot more zombies than the original. So it's definitely going to be something where you need decent people to play with, but it's still really good, just a little bit different, a little bit more gritty, and just a little bit more on a higher difficulty in my opinion. But still fun to play. I'd recommend Black Ops 4 for maybe a couple of the zombies maps they added, the DLC zombies maps with the Titanic, and I think there was like one or two other ones that were pretty cool. I have not played them personally, I've only seen the gameplay, so I'm planning on checking that out at some point. If that doesn't sound good to you, I would not recommend Black Ops 4. Modern Warfare 2019, campaign 10 out of 10. Warzone, in my opinion, is trash, but you can play it for yourself or watch gameplay. It's free to play, and Warzone is a completely separate game, so we're not going to talk anymore on that. Campaign 10 out of 10. Special Ops, complete trash. Play the old Special Ops from MW2 and 3 if you want to just experience that still. Multiplayer was decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was decent. They even had some remaster maps from COD 4 in it. Graphics and sound design were amazing. Just the whole like gunsmith system was very simple and easy to understand. Very decent game if you're looking to play a modern version of COD 4. Although, just a side note, on all the newer CODs, the progression system is more pay-to-play, more cosmetic, not as rewarding in terms of unlocking weapons and attachments. You tend to unlock them fairly quickly. So if you want that progression feel, you're just going to want to stick to the older CODs. Cold War was pretty decent. Multiplayer, 10 out of 10. Zombies is just free roam, so I mean, if you want to free roam zombies, if you don't like the older style zombies and you want the free roam, I would definitely recommend playing if you have some friends that want to play with you, because it's very objective based, and it can be a bit much if you're trying to play with randoms or solo. Mainly, I would recommend Cold War for the campaign. That was pretty much the best thing about that game. Multiplayer is decent, mainly because they did include some remasters of Black Ops 1. So it's still fun to play, but as of now, it's hard to find matches for most game modes. So if you just want to play like Nuketown or Team Deathmatch or something, then it's still fun to play, but not as active as it was. But I would recommend it if you're trying to get... Same with COD, same with Modern Warfare 2019, where if you want to play a newer version of Black Ops, Cold War would be the go-to. Vanguard, the only thing decent about Vanguard was they remastered some World at War maps in the multiplayer. Aside from that, I would not really recommend it. The sound design and the graphics were 10 out of 10, and even the maps were decent. But that combined with just all of the issues, all of the cosmetics, just everything they either took away or added to the game that they never did in any World at War or World War II style COD, just ruined the entire experience for most people. So I'd only recommend it if you want to see those remastered maps and just see what they would look like and just be able to play on those. Other than that, would not recommend. Modern Warfare 2, I would not recommend, only because Modern Warfare 2019 just did it better. Modern Warfare 2 doesn't bring anything new to the table. The campaign started out good, and then it just gradually got worse. The DMZ was terribly executed. There was just too many bots and then issues and things like that. Just all the new things that they added to Modern Warfare 2, they just did a terrible job on executing. The only thing they did in Modern Warfare 2 would be the prisoner rescue game mode, where you have to either defend or rescue 2 prisoners. Very fun game mode to play. I wish they put it in 2019. And then they did add a few maps and a few weapons that were nice, but not worth getting the game for. And then Modern Warfare 3 is basically the same as Modern Warfare 2, so I would not recommend it. The only thing they did that was really nice is they remastered some maps from Modern Warfare 2, and they did an amazing job with, but not worth buying the game when it's just the same trash they've been doing. Nothing to say about that, would not recommend. Black Ops 6, the campaign I'd recommend maybe 1 to 2 playthroughs with, so I mean, playing through it the first time was pretty fun. But unless you're just sitting around buying games just to play them once and throw them away, wouldn't recommend. The multiplayer is a bit addicting in my opinion to play. Same with like Modern Warfare 3. Just a very they just really mastered the movement and just getting kills and things like that are just they have a very nice flow to them in terms of like the mechanics of the game, but it also sort of ruins the game in terms of feeling the older COD, where it's a bit more slow and sluggish and things like that. So would not recommend. Black Ops 7 would not recommend.